different colors of sexual immorality, pornography, and masturbation. When I come on, me know AD na yajebre last week yajebre suya sadi we say ni biebie mu pa ye yenya your brother Michael Anan Kasko say we yen chen obeboa ya me etumi te sa topic here see ye pa nkomo no de say ebia we nyabre anka yen ho ama yen suya sadi na we de mesrel so be come back no akwakohe sa video no nyema bebre ni esua ewo we spotlight on the word na me din edit down so and then so nyankopɔ me akonya see and discuss pornography and masturbation the part 2 enti mesrel so wonya share ma fofo na wo share ma fofo so wonya mbo afofo so nkan so na wo ka che won say emre aso say ye be hia na yesua de na afa so say afa wonya subscribe here but more than subscribe to Spotlight on the way the YouTube channel your Facebook page no so wonya like here no more than no like no follow here or question or comment there fato comment section on na yendi nkita ho na ebeboa ma dwumedi no so akoso yie pa ye nche ho kra no ye be hye ye nkomo na se na ye ko ye brother aba studio ase do be ka ye ho na ye di nkomo Michael Anan Kaskozi ye mo akwa aba
ya
bia boko
nyame adumo me ho ye
ye de nyankopon ase last week ye nkomo ye di ye no eboa ye pa ye timiti nye obebre ase oboa me be te de ka se pornography a de kire my effects of pornography no but one aspect I am shut down call into details by masturbation no maybe say ye ka say masturbation na no so de yan na mo na ye nkomo no okay timinyam ntiase
say last week ye ka ho asem say masturbation no I say we stimulate wo ho okay self stimulation and stimulating oneself. Okay. Say the beya obe fulfill or sexual urges no. Say bia one say onipa bia or sexual urges. Yeah. Until at the end of the day no because say bia me fan say single say won worry and I say bia empower worry but bia you there is no opportunity for sex no. Yes. In that case no onipa no be person obe stimulating no and obe twetwe no in some ways. So the bear and home den ebe sane no now I sexually then satisfied nti eno na ye ka ho asem no na last week ye ka say ya nkofo bebre ehu ni say ba eno dia enhye da anye den enhye da anye problem but last week ye sua ehu say very tied to what pornography. Okay. And it's very difficult what separating them because here only a few people na bet me aka say ye can masturbation na masturbate abra no mo nyede omo hwe pornography but most at times no enkofo a omo hwe pornography no omo hwe pornography e dey masturbate.
Okay, now me say quickly no me because of say a lot of times you all this challenge where people are saying show me a Bible verse that says masturbation bonnet and I say for pornography they normally don't have such arguments. But say the concept of masturbation and I say in pornography now. You mentioned the word that last week I'm trying to remember lasciviousness and lewdness.
Yes.
It's a broad umbrella that captures a lot of things. So let me be cry as a form of reminder. Nanka ya twa enkomo so akamani beje pa.
Lewdness no last week no ye kan Mark chapter 7 how ye can say lewdness idea Jesus can ho asem say no ye idea who define a word now it gives room for a whole lot of things and nearma me fan say indecent unclean what they say you can be to say indecent bodily movement say no fall under that word
lasciviousness
exactly.
And lewdness
and I say doing something in excess emfa enunyam share nyede embo nyankopon sane me nyina fall under lewdness now what kind of masturbation last week can say can someone masturbate with clean thoughts
question also
what they say can someone masturbate with clean thoughts in the end no one say ba never be to say masturbation is sane me nyina fall under that kind of word now you kind of lasciviousness no so
dwelling more on the Oka says can somebody masturbate with clean thoughts no I think you call back now. I was looking at some videos from Amman Formo discussing how to break this porn addiction. And one thing that most of the doctors are, this is from a medical side, not from a religious perspective. As some doctors know, don't know more can say to break that cycle, one thing they were recommending is to masturbate without pornography. That is, if you want to break the cycle, I mean, like I said, let me highlight this, that this is from purely a medical person, not Obia. I mean, this person might not even believe in God's existence. Into a purely medical person without religious influence. Another someone can say, well, if you want to break the pornography addiction, and I say masturbation addiction now, the recommendation is that masturbate without using pornography. So clearly it means that if many people are masturbating without pornography, they will not masturbate in the first place.
And last week you can some masturbation wrong, or you can say, oh, masturbating the clinical a preventive from nema baby. But you can say obia me fan say why you addicted to porn pen or masturbate at the end of the day, no. One way or better or fall back to that same
act.
What you say, because masturbation, you know, I don't know. I say at the end of the day, you want to use it to achieve the pornography now.
You see in there,
and don't you know? Can say, so what person will prevent it, will break that cycle of pornography addiction now. I will say we are there, we masturbate once a while. Now it's me. I say a solution now, but in itself, no. And your solution, because at the end of the day, no, it may send you back to that same act and now prevent or person where they
or prevent it. It's just like what came to my mind right now is like alcoholism. Obi a alcohol addict. I was your say on free alcohol. Or person free alcohol. Every psychologist and I say a treaty amount for our addiction, they will tell you say reduce the intake of alcohol. Ebi asana oye ni debi almost and once in a while. After once in a while, the woman no idea no way jai. You even realize say even sa recommendation they now will tell you say even sa once in a while it can cause the person to go back completely.
Exactly.
So it's not actually say doing it in like oye and kakaka. There's no way you can judge that.
Say anything I ever been ways are Mrs. say and we are better ways a bit my then I'm wine my then ya tree who if we sign
to if we learn about how to be able to deal with some of them. But before we get to the other aspects, I would like to ask you what would be your advice to our congregations and our preachers, church leaders, who are, I mean, influencers in congregations when it comes to the things we learn in church, especially for the youth? What would you advise them when it comes to this discussion before we get to the other aspects?
I think one of the things I was say, aware, they say we need to talk about some of those things when there is no opportunity for people to discuss those things. Now, I say, now last week na me ka say san me wo mechanism den ba na nipa ni nya sa de ne ntiase se de be ya obehu we den obe breaki sa mechanism na ade ne ba. At the end of the day, most of us will fall victim to some of those things. So I believe say young preachers, any young leaders, no, any youth groups, no, I was say you discuss sanime, not discussing say empower and perform we are discussing to make people become aware of some of the consequences of name. So the bear you better equip because this is the era of social media. Until you can be exposed to anything at all. Until you discuss this anime na enya eho nimdie bebre. I believe say ebeboa ama yetimi ayen atwe
yes, coming back to the Oka say we are in an era of social media no. One thing somebody said, they said, we are in an information age.
Yes.
Or we have passed the information age. Or say we are drowning in information.
Yes.
We are just there's so much that just at the click of a button, you have everything at your disposal. And one thing is this: also in Russia, one form of and when you look at the war between Russia and Ukraine now, whichever position you hold, whether you support Russia, whether you support Ukraine or whatever, one thing that we are being told every day, they say big companies are withdrawing from Russia. Big institutions are pulling away from Russia, man. They are isolating them in terms of economic, in terms of even football. Football now, major UEFA, FIFA, they are all pulling away from them. Only one group are also actually very say.
I just say what catch me.
Pornhub almost stop your operation in Russia. And people are complaining.
How can
pornography industry?
Pornography
one of the I think Pornhub is one of the largest porn industries.
Say last week here kind.
Yes.
I say video bi am share kwampo e ka say what the Google, Netflix, nessa big companies ni omo income ekabom kwampo a
omo. And Pornhub is one of the leading, and almost say, hey, Russians, as a form of punishment to you, no, pornography. And it's to that extent, it's like a punishment. Adia mama
nanka nke ni pepe mu a say omo
it is rather like a punishment to
that
them.
Is last week me can say after COVID-19 you can say levels of microphone pornography then arise upon, and that is the point at which we are saying you do after COVID-19 during that time microphone be na no more to fear.
Yes.
That is the kind of nema microphone be dey omo den ejimu. Inti I think say a really problem e was say nyina den ye kasa efa ho na ehun ways I beat me e dey overcome stand me nyina.
And it's good, and when we are looking at say a problem inti kasa e twen ho free ho na one thing I would again ask is this. Who say yeah, chance say kasa homosexuality some time ago in this country. A better issue say gayism, lesbianism, peja no na sorry no. I think one brother brought this to our attention. Our brother Emmanuel ABC, trying to suggest now people are even being motivated to get involved in this act of homosexuality because of pornography. Because so I'm more pornography now, and when you look at the industry now come here say they make it look so attractive.
Exactly.
To the extent say obi tifie na or share pornography na no your bar, especially say me ka with ladies or your boy you say obi timi ne yonko ba akwakohia, because so share pornography bebre etwa eto tese na come here say oba ni oba no me shame to tell us and they make it look so nice.
Last week here can say pornography no, the intended purpose no to what, to arouse that sexual thing, excitement.
Yeah.
That is their purpose. So I don't know person here then watch TV. Until at the end of the day no, whichever way I on be I'm hadina so then appealing and also attractive no, and on be then and it's a way of getting people hooked onto those things, and the more people are spending their time, they are spending their money toward those things. NASA industry then grow in terms of finances. What do you say?
I was just looking at something. We're talking about pornography before we get into the main issue of what we are discussing. Many people, YouTuber, especially you see when it comes to this polishing of pornography to make it look like interesting, nice, and so many people are like motivated to go into it. I think what encourages that is some of our music videos. Because some of our music videos are making Ghanaian music videos. And I think before we came live, we were talking about it. Say, when you look at especially the high life music videos, and I say the hip hop, and I say any of these and YouTube videos, or YouTube videos near Adena Ebana. And station which is Foresight, where they play lots of music now. One thing that is very, very key from almost all the music videos, a video or baby sabi ne tuhona or de chere anane no for hon sabi na or de chere. This is about to say we have music video na one Fabian show music video ni ma
enye fe
we wan na
Enti sani we nyina wo ho eno na di triggers no, because
no, that word is important. Triggers.
Yes, because I don't know you are trying to
overcome.
We try say we be show ho se ni ade. But music video okwa maybe with you are just person who die enwum no keke. Now we hwe obi esheki ne tone sa nema. These are the things that a trigger uncofo. Inti obi wo ho a ohwe for a long time he wants to do more, like a person who more than some of those things are all no. Inti na ekeka o eko.
But just the old canano but they also say oh obi or pornography well I mean they know who that we who anti so who sabi lady bia we yi ne ho a say we who anti Kenya ne hwi ana
last week you came about this pornography one of the things I can say I could see a lot of effect.
Yeah.
Because obi wo say what pornography near day we can say oh what into no say who obi krampo a but it is not true because at the internet na nka be a problem ama an intimate relationships. It's because or said yeah porn stars no ye your ho ni ade na or expecting some kind of satisfaction when we look at physical relationship.
Yeah.
It makes even some people go behind relationship to look for something extra. Exactly. To look for something extra. But you say than normal one maybe on any spouse there. It is not true say you will not really want, you will not be interested in cheating or you will not be lasting on. It is not true. So it's rather fueling that kind of passion and appetite.
That means we should be careful as Christians the kind of content we consume.
Exactly.
Because you might like Sarkodie so much. You might like Shatawale. But ukohe abrantie nyuma obo. The lyrics aside. Video nankasa no. You and of late more the up from up and coming stars who say they will be to say Yao Tog, will be to say Blacko Sherif, will be to say I mean for Blacko Sherif most of the music videos shada Mao. Okay, we waiting there to comment section on who's and you see sometimes we don't want to mention names of people doing stuff so that say but we need to mention so that obi nkonkoye.
Exactly.
You get the point. So some of these music videos no why you careful it draws you and like you said a trigger. And once obi are addicted to pornography or masturbation onya trigger na say when you something that will intercept it so sharply the likelihood so be kwa masturbate and obe watch pornography extremely high. So we need to be careful when it comes to some of these things. But then again, like that means that speculation among for cannot completely is a lie.
It's false.
It's false. Okay. That being said, no, I would like to ask if you have any idea about what happens on some of our Instagram and our TikTok and our Snapchat when it comes to this pornography and how these things set as triggers. In Tinipano, wabon homo days of jayo. Now I call Snapchat. Or use Snapchat na or show be story na pa near the pornography light one be fame and when share that pornography akwa say lady no share that mean hu ni nyina o or share that you have and you say oh heard the story na say a flash with this say I mean where hu ni nyina and gradually this have a pulley amount for be but that's how these people are getting their money. So
Sena ye di nkomo bi na wo ka say empo to say bia Twitter and some of these media. E bia na mo ka football ho asem.
Yeah, Twitter is there.
Mo ka football ho asem na obi hu na obi a drop it link back bi.
We just link back what
you understand. Nti obi wo ho a hu sa de na onu so be den obe curious obe den obe hwe adekro na den nti okohwe baako obe hu na next time ope so den ohwe you see videos bi wo ha sometimes wo hwe first one na wa security ma me hwe second
no our late preacher is called Mr. Anochi. That Anochi he died some time ago. He said say how these triggers come about, or advice on the mind your youth class that one time, or say a brand here. So when you must back, the second time, after first one, the funny side, but we have mistakes after watching, after saying no intention, and when the boss, or say, this is how he said it, or say a brand here, or say how Christians sometimes yanka say if you uncle bonny, or say when the boss now. I didn't attractive no. Obey you no. O say eh, na say we are supposed to every person oh,
kasa na ore.
No, that's not come back there. O go help you say we are supposed
exactly.
Master, we are supposed to continue.
O can now ore, o can now ore.
O say, na say But now, the ways are there. You are pulling yourself towards some of these things.
Exactly.
But let me ask Michael. How would we? What are some of the practical suggestions as to how to overcome this, especially from the Bible, from science? How would we stay away from it?
Okay. Minority points be at home now because I mean, person many be pound. You know, I want to look at them as time goes on.
All right.
The kind is one of the things I was saying, and say if you are in such a situation, and I say, if you've been tempted by it before, accept it. Yeah. Say a idea, a problem, and a weakness. Me fan say be a also.
Okay.
A who be here say you need to work at it. The moment I won't acknowledge this, I then say this is a problem that I need to deal with no. A very difficult say obey then. Obey overcome sign.
So until you have like just as the Bible says. So one who say oh yeah the boy near Yesu.
Exactly Yesu by say or say he came for the sick. Yes. Or by say or by for omo yare no. Wow. Won yare and now who say you don't need any physician no and now you are not sick no. You don't need more. What you say? You need to first acknowledge the fact that sadly a problem. Yeah. And even you don't need to be addicted before you should know. So when you're addicted, you should know say this current times I will know. This is a very big problem for most people and even most of us, and it is a threat to most of us. Yeah. Until we need to first acknowledge it that a problem, yeah. And then be determined to work at it. That's the very first step. And I did back one person say. We should know say idea you can overcome it. You can stop it. That's one thing we should know. You read 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay. Chapter 1 verse 3 or can I be
2 Peter 1.
Yeah.
Verse number 3. As his divine power has given us all things that pertain to life and godliness through the knowledge of him who called us by the glory and virtue.
Amen. Amen. Eti ya no okache nse onyankopon amaye nema ye betimi edi sign me isi nyina den enkunim. God has given us things that will help us in our Christian life. Yeah. In practicing godliness. No, there are so many nema onyankopon edi atuya kwamu ebeboa. We need to first understand say I didn't acknowledge say a problem no. We can stop it. Yeah. We can overcome it. Until say we acknowledge this, you will never get that confidence say then overcome it because I think the video be mentioned now preacher Nika say some people claim say I've tried like mean to me Maya mean to me and say do something so now you are despaired and say Maya mean to me no. Now we jemu, but it's not supposed to be like that. You should know say no matter how the problem is, you can because onyankopon aka say one man inside say to me no one man inside opportunity obeti me am and I say one man inside strength no say dey overcome me.
One passage just comes to mind as you say onyankopon am that opportunity in 1 Corinthians 10. And this is what the passage says. In 1 Corinthians 10 it says this verse numbered, is it 13? Yes, verse number 13. It says, no temptation has overtaken you.
Exactly.
Except such is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able.
Exactly.
But with the temptation will also make the way of escape that you may be able to bear it. Exactly. So it means there's nothing that would come upon us. To me overcome per se. But like we said, we acknowledge that it's not easy. It's difficult, but you need to be aware of certain things, like we mentioned, the triggers.
Say, there are people like they've overcome some of those things.
Oh yes.
Your uncle for baby, YouTube near there. I am a life story. I'm did two uncle. Yeah. And so if it's not possible for people to come out and sign a bit me then decide so it means that said they wouldn't kind or Bible no idea possible say bit me then overcome it. And that is one of the things I was saying
it's possible. Yeah. And when it comes to the possibility, I would like to emphasize that it is extremely possible because in behavioral science, you can develop a negative attitude, and you can also develop a positive attitude. And whichever one, it's a process, and it comes in small bits. You don't need to do so much. You have to say, me obia, me pa du suan pa na de bia. Tese mitimi tenase suan. O say yonkofo yo say, me de mitimi tenase suan de enche. Anase me de me type atem didie. Me de me de me pa do ye pa o. Me de whichever behavior how it comes about, ne say you do it in small bits consistently. Ebi mu kwa to me days, ebi mu say 21 days, ebi mu kan 19 days, ebi mu kan. But what I know is say more than 2 weeks. Seven say you have become addicted to pornography. Ope say ujai pornography. If you can keep on every day, I call it the battle of holiness. Say they be out to me fight that battle of holiness. No, now. Day 1, what overcome it. Day 2, what overcome it. Day 3, what overcome it. Day 4. The moment your triggers come, the best they say, Fred, Obi, I will trust you.
Exactly.
Now, in the home, come say, Charlie, I ran the.
I mean, for bibi kakra ento ade a can home.
Yeah.
Say, you can't say human beings, habitual beings, like beings are per habits, like you developing habits near the other. Enti evansa habit now who say a negative habit no. The only thing you can do is to what? To replace that negative habit with something a positive one. Yeah. And that is one of the ways I bet me overcome sign me. Say pornography addiction ya and I say masturbation idea there are ways yet me bomb modern now you developing some good habits it's me better every place me can say nemani be sometimes I can focus on me when someone is stressed now I don't know ni bibi obeya obepe bibi say odi be jiji ni it will be oh ebia or surf it through internet ni ade obehu na odi ho akwaje if we could replace some of these negative habits pornography and masturbation with some positive habits. On say, Adeba make last week you say in this addiction, there is a release of hormones, dopamine, Emma with me seeking more of pleasure. What you say? Research is what you say. Never be to say exercise, physical exercise. Release hormones be a friend endorphins.
Yes,
and when exactly. If you are exercising now, you can replace these things with some good exercises all the time and as simple some hobbies, some leisure activities and yet contrary to Nyankopon. So it is possible. It is possible. And then the passage comes to mind yet again, Philippians 4 verse 8. Or say, brethren, think about these things. What about things that are holy, that are pure, that are true? And sometimes when you read some of these passages now, it's not just saying, think about things that are pure, that are holy. Now what it was say, now we're doing holiness. No. A behavior. You see, that makes Christianity beautiful. Christianity is not about don't do's, but it's about do's. Christianity can't just say jai na oto. No, Christianity replaces your habits with things that are more profitable. Say at the end, or can say meditate on these things. So they are doing. The more you think about those things, the more you try to reflect on those things. No, with me strive say obey then obey develop it. Yeah. That is very very vital. Back to what you were saying concerning the practical solutions. Okay, anything Adeba say we need to be selective about our Yes, about our use of what? Social media. Really? Yes. We need to be very, very selective. Me catch you say me social media platform viewers me use it's not because maybe I don't know how to use it, but I feel say and a typical example is Instagram. The anytime you use Instagram, pan say Instagram no call or search I say pictures said that some of these pictures within your nation or your environment. Exactly. Now we hear some of these pictures near there and so meaning says I may bet me body beam. And I will try and what stop the use of what Instagram. I mean we if you use Instagram, you know. Say people want to trend. And when I say people want to trend, people will do anything to trend. Until there was a time I will be an Instagram live. And or share Instagram live now. Obi or making. They started the Instagram live like within 5 minutes.
no we do close to 100,000 almost 100,000 views.
Na e dey ade no mo ye.
We no and at Otweke live.
Matisse Instagram live no sometimes it's difficult to get
share
viewers.
Now that's what guys in terms for live. It's not easy. Baby to say Instagram, baby to say TikTok. We are live on some of these platforms now. It's hard to get people watching. But Obabiga Bejino Sassi say, some time ago, so I make a share and say, normally, no, last week, I think last week or from the time we'll be viewing this video, no, maybe last 2 weeks. International Women's Week. And I say we should break the bias. I really respect that, and it's true. Say, we should not do that. But do you know, so when it comes to men abusing women, sometimes women are the cause of it. And when I look at Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat, for example, and I'm who say, Oba no be na chichire ne nsa so nko dina nko yesa na.
Me kan say ya utaka say ladies na no ma nkofo use o as
sex objects.
Exactly. Because of anema omo ye dem.
Every single time they want to show their boobs, they want to show their butt, they want to show their, and it's like demand and supply.
Oh yeah, no.
And remember be adwen papa. Yenka say eno de e will be more no man. Their minds are filthy. Bible Ephesians chapter 4. Some people their conscience have been seared with hot iron. That is to say their mind is darkened. Enti bibi bia ye bone nko ana no de enye no ne ye kan. But this is the case where Christo niba ade wa shey just say you have pumped out your boobs. You have pumped out what atade wa she no
now some way.
Clearly no. And this was an argument I know be must say sister nyabotre. One kasa dia wo ye no. You know, say it is promoting sexual like a promoting sensual thoughts near the babemanu. Not the man reacting towards you in that sense. Or say, why are you treating me like break the bias? No, you are the cause. You are the cause of it. So I think we should if we can look more at that too.
Intimidate being selective, no?
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 6 verse 18 Eka say we should flee sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Na sanye me nyina no wo ho say anya selective no na eden.
The passage you just mentioned.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can't want them about sexual immorality. Say we should flee. Na flee no actually say enya afi na obeka say mame hwe second time say dia na wo ye den wo ka no and I say oh mame use Instagram no kakra, mame use TikTok no kakra, mame use way no kakra. No, we should flee. It means abstain. Even said 1 Thessalonians chapter 5.
Yes.
Or see abstain from every appearance of what? Evil.
Yeah.
Ebi kwan ko say every form of what? Evil. So which means that ade no eya akose sa ade no. Don't even try to what? Until we must be selective. And Jesus say if you're right, I cause you to sin. Matthew chapter 5 verse 30.
Yeah.
Until we excellence, we need to what? Selective. Even Netflix and all those things, the kind of movies we watch. We watch. All those things are within our domain, and we have the power to be what? To be selective. So now we just leave it. Everything goes. At the end of the day, no, we will get into some of those troubles, and now it becomes difficult for us to what? To withdraw ourselves from all those things. But
can we quickly dwell on this a little bit when it comes to what Jesus said? Say when ni bako ekoso so be boni. I think Matthew chapter 5, right?
Yeah, verse 30.
Yes, to few hono. The logic behind it is this: it is not easy plucking out your own eye. I've actually seen. I think was it a video or a documentary of. Oman, they were in war-torn areas, no? To the extent say war not to because we could do pensobia. Yes, it's on south then like the omucha on sa like one kasa I was like also there also cause harm to yourself in order to survive. So one causes harm to yourself now you will not survive. And watching some of those movies and me because I'm a me say we pa there that's what me say we also me say brother come and now say me say I mean those who share those war-torn movies now world war near the movies ni bi na ebi obi one man say no one kasa so tune hey now say Me kura me ni kura me chukura me bese me na Yesu say weni no to free ho. What is he trying to say? It is difficult.
Exactly.
But say when you say when you count the cost now, and you try say to me, you would have to seek for help from other people. So
exactly.
That is very vital that we mentioned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the adeba medebeka home and say we need to use tools any nema a bit me and my I regulate it and I preventing from getting onto some of these sites.
Okay.
Eddie Enko Bonimu.
The tools.
Okay. Me find say we file phone now. Yeah. Phone basically no. Was settings I bet me aboa ama wo a control name be say be ya some of these sexually explicit videos and pictures you not get them and as you know see them when you are surfing through the internet and I am with Google no adeba me hu say you adibia you see Google safe search and also bet me dey no so add to on
Google safe search
wo dey no ebet me aye den add to on ebe prevent you from going on to some of those sites and as leading you onto some of those sites. Apart from that, no, I know I watch a video and I preach and also I recommend it. Adibia I say Covenant Eyes.
Covenant Eyes.
Okay.
These are apps,
apps. Okay. And I say me find a website and also a work for ma omutimi monitor their use of social media. I said there is serving as some accountability what partner be preventing from what going on to some of those sites. Bakubi amenhu I no see come blocker X.
Blocker X. I think I've been
for Chrome and all those things. And they even send you videos and some of those things that wait me I don't think that this list is exhaustive. There were various apps.
Right now, Play Store and I say App Store. Now say apps here. You get plenty. There are so many. Some of them actually a bit and working. Even though they are to phone so X-rated content still wait me about phone so. But if you all know what they to phone this one. Now say if I say what download this app not why install your phone so. Now what try say we search it be say Pornhub. Ebe
a
big
and the entire now can say a being working say some of them to for you to get a full package you need to buy it. And it won't toya because a be a man who say and crampo there it could stop you from going to any form of what social media for some
time
period of time. And apart from
this one will be used for people who are very like pathological addictive.
Exactly. And it's not really only for them because you need to arm yourself because you don't wait
for them.
And some addiction can you level so. Maybe I would me shada compulsive
consumer of course.
No, me compulsive. Ebia once a while na ma ko watch baako. Once a while, but as time goes on, once we develop it from you emerge from
the behavior.
Exactly. Sometimes you need some of those things to prevent. Like you not even get on to some of those things. What I say, and it's a bit me and I think another one is accountability partner physically. You can be my accountability partner. Say if I have such a problem, I can open up to you. Bible can say Galatians 6. Or catch and say we should bear one another's burdens. Meet me catch and say
James 5 on so
exactly. Derek, I'm struggling with some of those things. Maybe I said the way me and mommy yes at the end of the day you were able to what give me some advice. But it's unfortunate because of we're not knowing how to help your brothers and sisters. No, sometimes people feel intimidated coming to open up to us for us to help them. These are some of the ways.
But then I think in addition to that, we should add say if somebody would want to talk about this issue, actually break loose from this, the person can contact us.
Exactly.
And we'll be willing to have a beautiful conversation with you. And I mean confidentiality, 100%. And so you should do that. And it takes a lot of courage to be able to do that. Exactly. So yes, it's very important that we look at
one other thing I mention is say you said you can okay, 1 Corinthians 10, verse is it 13 or so?
1 Corinthians 10:13.
10. I was saying, who said, almost I get away, no. I said some people feel so spiritual, so charismatic, so Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Until I say, sa habiti na spirit of pornography, spirit of the spirit of that. We should realize that last week said, Obianka says, Satan or the evil one does not have any part to play. Satan ate me a use anime at the back yapemono. But I was saying it's not like I didn't know what spirit be won't me overcome it. These are normal habits yet me then we can also what overcome. Ain't it onyankopon one part away then or play and I answer you one part then you play. Say willingly committed, say we want to what overcome those things. Whilst we are striving to do that, then we pray to God to give us the opportunity and to give us the avenues. Overcome
one thing that I would also suggest is especially if you are on Instagram, especially on our Facebook. Now say, what shall I say? We know some of those feed now. The attorney say when you start searching more stuff that is related to sad nudity, they think you like them. So they will start bringing it to not just your Instagram. You see, Google is a network of companies. Instagram, Facebook, like a cluster of companies. So the moment and one thing I'm saying, boys, ladies, young guys, young ladies, and they say, of course, Google can help pornography and that's why money in the area. Oba, no, I call clear browser history.
Everything is clear.
Everything is clear. But they Google here and they say they get that information and they sell it or they share it to their other partners. And uko Instagram because I was searching about pornography or Google or clear browser history no. Uko Instagram no suggest biama uko Facebook no suggest biama. So what you can do to prevent that and say uko Instagram now ko nya more feed about obabia or trendy way yi no ho. And I say there's 3 dots bi picture so o click it on memo option say you don't want to see this content on Twitter I got to say see fewer what can I say see fewer content from this person to activate it sa nipa no who the content bio and the more now yes and they will realize say maybe that was a mistake and you don't want to see more of that content they will reduce the rate at which you get ladies so young and yes a bit but
very reduced
and it helps a lot. It helps a lot. So we can actually all try that. Say Instagram, especially when you have business or running business on Instagram and not running business on some of these platforms now. These are some of the things. And yes, sisters now, you see, say especially on WhatsApp. Now I've been posting Intimate, for example, say be a woodie na say madam for na who status be my because say be ma block you and where the block where the block where me nya adagulaja say ba where the block say WhatsApp my friend on WhatsApp na de bia we post no chia to kakra na yi me block you me can hwe I will just block you because there was a time I me ko come me ko nya asem Christo ni ba o say na say ade amount for who so quote unquote I mean person may use language no kind and necessary I say you from that time so sir okay and some na me pay me heaven akwanya wo enti makana wuntia the best thing is that I will just turn off your me who was that status bio in this obe post say wumpo enya masem so if we put measures in and I say obi do koka page ho be firm and talk to the person say never do that again and so that people know say this is who we are and this is what we want.
Exactly. Now yes young brother be can about say Snapchat ne other people are selling some of those things vibrators
from sex toys yes and now Instagram papa first and can who Instagram any bat cream
how to enhance your we need to take note of all those things and then we have to become selective say the medical kind about the way we watch some of those things and I don't know say obi wo satibia no so dia na wonya mfa ho ema Jesus Christo ana me subo kwan so I think this is a perfect opportunity because Christ is ready to receive all sinners. Boni bi a uti mo no Kristo betimi ayeden agye won kwa enti ene ye ka sa asemi no nanka aye enije se wo be yeden wo be satra afi wo boni mu na wo de ho ayeden ama onyankopon ene me subo kwan so. Okay, Acts 2:38 or say repent and what? Be baptized for the remission of what? Your sins. Enti wo yes anema na onyankopon timi gye wo ede ye den ede wo be ka ne nkofo ho ama won so wa be ye den wa be ye onyankopon ba na wa nante e wotene ne mu. I think that is one of the way I me say practical ways I betimi e dia overcome san me nyina.
Wow. One last thing I miss make account when say maybe are we already involved in this? Just say you have become so addicted to the point say and I say you Christian but nye addict gidi but still na o ma na wako ujai na wako we would encourage you say seek help. There's more grace in humility when you are humble to seek help. Yankopon beboa am to do so. And I'll encourage you say it's possible to stop.
Yeah.
It's possible to stop.
Very
you can
possible.
stop. No matter where you are afraid, it is possible to stop. And like Michael said, the Lord is always ready. Matthew 11, verse number 25, verse 28. Or say, no matter how heavy your burden is, bring it to him. He would help you out.
Exactly.
He would help you out. And so Yankopon we air spotlight on the word, then command the air different colors of sexual immorality, pornography, and masturbation. Onyankopon onsha no onyo kese. Kopim se be share biom no yakra mo. Same time next week. Ye be share biom. Bye bye.